Ted Nugent doesn't just talk the talk. He hunts it, lives it, and sharpens it every single day. He's been at full draw in the Michigan woods, squeezed a trigger deep in predator country. You name it, and he's done it. And his choice of weapon is never random. To say he's a class act is a gross understatement. But have you ever wondered what's really in Ted Nugent's personal hunting collection? In this video, we'll talk about the top 10 weapons that make up the Motor City Madman's go-to arsenal. From old school iron like the Smith & Wesson Model 29 he used to drop buffalo, to more modern tools like the Wyoming Arms WY-15 that crushes coyotes at long range. This list covers it all. We'll take a look at the archery gear that calms his soul, the crossbows that keep meat on the table, and the handguns that back him up when things get dangerous. We've got verified quotes and source links to show that yes, he really uses every single one of these. So if you've always been curious about what Ted is packing in the field, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Matthew's Triaxe. In one of his blogs, Ted Nugent calls archery his drug of choice and confesses how bow hunting keeps him grounded in a chaotic life. He then names the Matthew's Triaxe as his everyday companion. He pulls it back each day to find that calm center only a crisp shot can bring. The Triaxe, introduced in 2018, measures a compact 28 inches from axle to axle. It's maneuverable in tight spots, weighs less than Matthew's previous models, and eliminates vibration so efficiently that it feels practically dead in the hand. Many archers appreciate that smooth draw and quiet release, which keeps animals unaware until it's too late, of course. Even at a modest draw weight, the Triaxe can launch arrows around 280 FPS or better, providing lethal energy with minimal strain on the shooter's shoulders. Nugent believes a bow like this is worth every penny if you demand clean kills and reliable performance. The Triaxe came to market at about $1,099, which places it in the high-end territory, yet serious hunters regard that cost as a fair trade for something that stays rock steady in the woods. Glock 20. Now, Ted Nugent isn't all about arrows. In the same blog post, he declares that he trains daily with both his Matthews bow and my Glock 10mm. That reference points directly to the Glock 20, a pistol with a 15-round capacity that fires a round powerful enough to rival many Magnum revolvers. The 10mm auto has a reputation for deep penetration and reliable expansion, making it a strong choice for those heading into bear country or dealing with unpredictable predators. The Glock 20 weighs around 30.7 ounces unloaded and offers a manageable 5.5-pound trigger pull, which aids in consistent shots. Its polymer frame and solid recoil assembly also help tame the snap of full-power 10mm loads, letting hunters recover easier for fast follow-up shots. Nugent endorses consistent practice, so he values a sidearm that's both rugged and easy to maintain. This pistol has become a favorite among hikers and outfitters who prefer a high-capacity semi-auto over a heavier revolver. The Danish Sirius Dog Sled Patrol famously swapped their 9mm for Glock 20s in the Arctic, so it's proven in harsh environments. Some folks note that the factory sights feel basic and the grip can be a bit thick, but reliability still remains the selling point. Now, with an MSRP around $600, it's not a bank breaker. Nugent's approach is straightforward. If you're serious about protecting yourself or harvesting game with a handgun, the Glock 20 is a formidable partner. Alright, hunters, if you've made it this far, you're clearly as passionate about hunting as Ted Nugent himself. So why not make it official? Hit that subscribe button now and join the crew. Trust me, it's easier than knocking an arrow or zeroing a scope. Plus, no recoil. Now, let's get back to the hunt. Matthew's Creed XS. Deer and Deer Hunting documented Ted Nugent's use of the Matthew's Creed XS in 2013 when he arrowed a huge buck in his favored archery season. The photo evidence shows a compact bow that's only 28 inches axle to axle, yet it delivers speeds up to 321 FPS. The short stature aids hunters who prefer tight setups like ground blinds or thick timber stands. The single-cam simplex system keeps the draw cycle smooth, which helps in cold weather hunts when muscles are stiff. The 7.5-inch brace height also makes it forgiving if your form isn't perfect under pressure, and it remains quiet enough not to alarm nearby deer. Matthews put some serious effort into dampening noise and vibrations, and many archers say the Creed XS has a near-dead feel at the shot. Nugent trusts gear that can handle real-world conditions, so this fits his style. The Creed XS weighed in at around 3.8 pounds, which is a blessing if you're trekking deep in the backwoods. It premiered at an MSRP of around $999, placing it among more premium bows, but the cost hasn't stopped dedicated hunters from chasing it for its maneuverability and reliability. Smith & Wesson Model 19. Ted Nugent credits the Smith & Wesson Model 19 as his gateway into handgun hunting, as noted on tednugent.com/handgun-hunting. In that account, he recalls how he started out with 38 special loads for small game, then moved to 357 Magnum for deer at distances up to 100 yards. That early success revealed how versatile the K-frame revolver can be. The Model 19 can fire both 38 special and 357 Magnum, so it transitions seamlessly from low recoil target practice to powerful hunting loads. Today's Model 19 Classic reissue retains the spirit of the original, offering a 4.25-inch barrel, fluted cylinder, and adjustable sights. The double-action trigger also averages around 13 pounds, with a single-action pull near 5, though many shooters report saying that it feels lighter in real-world conditions. That smoothness really makes a difference for precise shot placements in the field. The revolver's balance and modest size let hunters carry it comfortably for hours without feeling weighed down. It's also a straightforward design that new shooters can learn pretty quickly. Even though 357 Magnum isn't the biggest cartridge out there, it's proven to be quite lethal on whitetails, hogs, and plenty of small game. The Model 19 Classic retails around $989, which isn't cheap, yet it still sits at the intersection of tradition and practicality. Smith & Wesson Model 29. Ted Nugent decided to push his revolver hunting even further in 1969, based on his story at tednugent.com/handgun-hunting. He moved up to a 6.5-inch blue Model 29 chambered in .44 Magnum. Then he drilled enough practice to drop game reliably at 100 yards. He's taken that same revolver on hunts for deer, elk, hogs, bear, and even African plains game. The Model 29 is built on the hefty end frame, carrying 6 rounds of .44 Magnum or lighter .44 Special. Now, that big bore power is an obvious advantage if you're up against large or tough-skinned animals. A 6.5-inch barrel offers an ideal balance between velocity and mobility, and those old-school open sights can still be surprisingly accurate with enough range time. The single-action trigger on many of these revolvers breaks around 4 pounds, letting hunters shoot with confidence at extended distances. Its high-polished blued steel and wooden grips might look vintage, but the performance is anything but outdated. This kind of power demands commitment, so it's not for everyone. Nugent's success reflects the time that he invested in mastering recoil and muzzle rise. Now, modern versions of the Model 29 start around $1,379, which definitely checks with its status as both a collector's piece and a field gun. It's a formidable choice if you're serious about handgun hunting and appreciate a blend of tradition, beauty, and bone-crushing firepower. Oneida Whackmaster and CP Oneida Eagle. Ted Nugent has long praised Oneida's lever limb bows, often citing them as revolutionary in his archery journey. An autographed Oneida Whackmaster went up for auction in 2021, showing how much he treasures that design. He also called the CP Oneida Eagle the Ferrari of bows, explaining how it combined recurve-like power with compound let-off. Unlike many compound systems, these bows use lever limbs instead of conventional cams, which creates a remarkably smooth draw without that hard wall near peak weight. Nugent mentioned being shocked by how effortlessly the arrow fired, and that sense of ease is a relief for archers who grapple with shoulder issues or target panic. The Whackmaster and Eagle models can fling heavy arrows at respectable speeds, which has proven effective on big game. Hunters say these bows are simple to tune, and many appreciate being able to adjust draw length without any special equipment. Oneida bows are known for sturdy builds, though older models sometimes needed extra dampening to reduce noise. Despite that, they remain prized by folks who want reliability and reduced fatigue during long tree stand vigils. Modern Oneida offerings range between $1,200 and $1,500. That's not cheap, but that's the price you pay for meticulous small batch craftsmanship. Unspecified Excalibur crossbow. Ted Nugent's crossbow preference is Excalibur, as he acknowledged on a Deer and Deer hunting blog, referencing it, and I quote, "Put an arrow through the pump station and more venison on the ground." His wife Shemaine also used one to tag a Texas buck. Though he hasn't explicitly named the model, our guess is that it's the Excalibur Micro 335, given that his son Toby posted about acquiring one on Instagram around the time. Though feel free to comment below if you think we guessed it wrong. But hey, we're rolling with it. The Micro 335 draws 270 pounds and launches bolts at 335 FPS, packing lethal energy into a compact 32.5-inch frame. Excalibur's recurve style limbs eliminate the cams and cables that can break under rugged conditions, so hunters naturally appreciate this simplicity. The recoil energy dissipation system dampens noise and vibration to keep shots quiet. An oversized trigger guard also makes it more comfortable for shooting in chilly weather with gloves. The Micro 335's Guardian anti-dry fire system prevents accidental misfires, which is crucial when adrenaline's high. This crossbow is easy to maneuver in a stand or blind, and many find it stable enough to drop big game at typical crossbow distances. Its price hovered around $900 when it launched, which is reasonable for a crossbow that maintains reliability even in extremes. Nugent focuses on proven field performance, so the Excalibur brand's no-cam design and easy upkeep fit right into his philosophy of dependable, ethical hunting tools. Winchester Pre-64 Model 70. Ted Nugent cherishes his father's Pre-64 Winchester Model 70 featherweight and .308, a detail that he shared on Facebook. He recalled way back on his first hunt that he wore his dad's red and black plaid, hunting with that iron-sighted rifle in the great American outdoors. Now, the Pre-64 Model 70 earned its rifleman's rifle nickname for controlled round feed, a massive claw extractor, and a 3-piston safety reminiscent of the Mauser 98 system. Hunters just love how it cycles rounds smoothly and ejects spent casings with certainty. This design, made before 1964, has become a collector's dream because it excels in both craftsmanship and field performance. Also, the .308 Winchester chambering is versatile enough for deer, elk, or black bear, which suits Nugent's wide-ranging hunts. Owners admire how balanced and quick handling it feels, which is helpful if that perfect shot window opens only briefly. Now, a good Pre-64 model in mint shape can fetch around $3,000 to $4,000, and this just reflects how much collectors value that era's superior fit and finish. Remington Target Master 510. Ted Nugent shares at Deer and Deer Hunting how his father's Remington Target Master 510 shaped his fundamentals. He took aim to squirrels and groundhogs, learning precise sight alignment and the discipline that comes from a single-shot .22. This model, manufactured from 1939 to 1962, cycles .22 short, .22 long, or .22 long rifle, giving it admirable flexibility. The bolt cocks upon opening, and a small indicator lets you know it's live. Though it may look simple, it has double locking lugs, dual extractors, and a straightforward safety. Nugent still hunts with that same exact rifle, and he credits it for sharpening his marksmanship to the point where he can hit tiny targets consistently. Such a minimalistic firearm teaches careful shot placement and encourages patient trigger control. That approach suits small game pursuits and can sharpen skills that carry over to bigger calibers or bow hunting. Now, because it's been out of production for decades now, Used prices can vary, but many find working examples for $129 or more, depending on the condition. It's a piece of Americana, bridging generational learning and reminding people that fancy attachments won't replace solid fundamentals. Nugent's enduring affection for this classic reveals how a modest rimfire can be just as memorable and effective as any pricey gun in a hunter's safe. Wyoming Arms WY-15. Ted Nugent gave his praise for the Wyoming Arms WY-15 in a Facebook video, calling them unbelievably accurate rifles. Now, this is a semi-auto AR platform engineered from 70-75 T6 billet upper and lower receivers. It's designed to hold half MOA groups when used with Wyoming Arms match ammo, thanks to a hand-lapped stainless steel barrel that's double stress relieved and SB nitride treated. The Geisley high-speed trigger breaks crisply with a 2.75-pound first stage, then a light second stage, supporting consistent shot placement. Nugent's style of predator control often involves coyote hunting at varied distances, so he benefits from such a precise system. The WY-15 also features a fluted barrel for better heat dissipation, an ambidextrous bolt release, and a flared magwell. Barrel lengths range from 16 to 20 inches, ensuring options for different hunts, from quick-handling builds to longer-range setups. Wyoming Arms promotes a suppressor-ready design, cutting down on back pressure and gas blowback. That cleaner, quieter shot can be invaluable on extended predator hunts, especially when using night vision or thermal optics. This rifle's MSRP starts out at around $3,399, which places it in a niche that values accuracy above all else. So there you have it. 10 hunting weapons Ted Nugent personally uses. Would you happen to own any of these handguns, rifles, or bows that we mentioned on this list? Got any fun hunting stories to tell? Well, make sure to sound off in the comments down below. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell icon so you never miss out on another deep dive into gear that legends trust. Hey, thanks for watching. And as always, this is Threat to Survival. Prepare today. Thrive tomorrow. Embrace the threat to survival.